Now Haskins on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
To Terry McLaurin.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, you got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he finds his rookie target from Memphis, Antonio Gibson. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
They run with Thomas. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Jones, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Cowboys, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Just a yard up. The first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Again, the ball carrier.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
A gain of
so back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Number 13,
Michael Gallup. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. A give to Jones. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
33, Aaron Jones.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
7-7, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
They go play action now. Haskins. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Tress Way.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter, Tress Way, on to punt for Washington, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Elliott, toss right. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
At their own 39-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Mike, check, 59, 59.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Made by Jalen Smith.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Haskins. He gets it to Thomas. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Lachua, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Greg Zuerlein lining up for the point.
And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Jalen Smith tied for 6th in the NFL in tackles last year, in on the stop there.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards to pick up. 1st down, Washington.
Now remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
He was brought down.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. Fights through and now a crease. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try again with Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Now Haskins into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, 20. 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Cowboys 21, Washington 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
From the 22, Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
It's a gain of 10.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken success. Successfully.
5-yard line. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On second down, Prescott again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin.
Prescott.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
A gain of 10.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 31-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Draw play, Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Oh, that one got away from him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. 55, Mike 55.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
56, Mike 56.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Sliding out of the pocket. This to Jarwin. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
He's taken down.
Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators are probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 2. Looking to throw, Haskins. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the ground, it's Thomas. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
Number 21.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Kendall Fuller. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 40.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Fourth down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on fourth down.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a gain of 35. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. All day, pump. Kill. Shut up. Check 24. Check 24.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
He was brought down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, exit.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On third down, Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, he's got him in the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
On 1st down, it's Jones.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Haskins on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late.
Today's final, Washington 35.